Good morning. Well, today I'm doing my hair, and I have to show you that this is about 7.5 months. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go through my process. I want to give everybody a massage, what colored the front of my hair. I do not like my face framed with gray hair. So, I like to knock out a couple of those strands every now and then. Reconstructor all through my hair. I parted it. This is my Reconstructor. And I just got finished parting it. I'm putting it in. Parting and putting it in. I'm going to rub it in, make sure it gets all the way down to my roots. Another thing is when you wash your hair, you want to comb it out first before you actually shampoo it. Right, so next I'm going to put in a leave-in conditioner. Here's my leave-in conditioner. And of course I'm going to use the process. I'm going to comb this through. I'm using this one. I got it from, I think, Sally's. This is my favorite. Now, I believe that I can use it, and I sometimes use this Mazzani. This is what I've been using the last past 3 weeks. I'm going to use my Mazzani. I wanted to go through this process because on my first natural hair care video, I told you about what it was that I did, but I didn't really show you. And so this time, I'm going to actually show it to you, show my process. Now, I also use my chi. Mind you, this is the process that I use. You can try it if you like. So, the next thing I do is I put my chi in, try to get it moved into my hair. Now, again, one of the most important things that you can do while you're going through this process of no longer using a perm is to, one, be very careful with your hair. Two, condition. I have expressed this in more than one video. The third thing that you can do, and what I found that really works, is to trim. You've got to find a nice haircut, that suits you, and you need to keep it maintained. This is one of the secrets to transitioning to natural having long hair. You also want to have healthy hair. And it is very obvious that your hair is not healthy when it's thin and, you're trying to hold on to the last little bit of having long hair. Long hair does not look good when it's all chopped up. Okay? You've got to cut it and get a nice cut. Long hair is pretty as long as it's maintained well. So if you go back to one of my earlier videos, you see that my hair was like down to here. What I have done is I have cut away most of the perm, and I've done that from the time I started going natural up until today. Comb on here, I don't use this, but what I do, well, let me not say I don't use it, because I do. But what I do is I use it after my hair is dry. What I normally do is I blow this on my hair and I get it dry most of the way. Okay, so just watch. Okay, as you can see, I'm most of the way dry here. This is the time that I use this comb. And what I do is I take it a little bit at a time, and I go through my hair until I have it as straight and as dry as I want. Okay, I'll be right back. I got my hair dry. It is not bone dry. There's still moisture in my hair, okay? And the things that I did want to show you is, this is a, I don't know what this is. This is one of those things that you put a hot pot on, you know, after you put it on the counter and you put your hot pot on top of it. I use this to protect my countertops from straightening combs and things like that. And I just take and put my straightening comb or my curlers on top of that. So that what I do is I'm going to take my hot comb and I'm going to only do my roots. This is my comb, if you can see it. It's important to be careful with these if you've never used them before. Natural hair only requires a little warm comb to go through your hair. I'm experienced with these kind of things, so I know how to use it. I use a cheap flat iron, as you can see. Cheap. And I'm going to flat iron my hair. What I'm going to do is separate it into fours, and then I'm going to... The nice part about it is I only have to do this once a week. Once a week. And I think it's safe to say that in the back of my hair, none of this hair is perm. None of this hair. Anyway, see what I've already done this part. And when I'm done, I go and I put some curls throughout my whole head using my curling iron. And then I wrap my hair up. So I'm going to do that real fast, and then I'm going to wrap my hair up. The bottom line is that my hair stays all week. I don't have to do anything but wrap it and unwrap it and go. It doesn't make sense to hold on to long hair if it's raggedy. You know, I know it's nice to have long hair, and for whatever reasons, we all have different reasonings for wanting to have long hair. But, you know, we also have to remember that having long hair, if you got long hair and it's not healthy, I cannot believe how healthy my hair and full since I've been going through this process. Anyway, it doesn't make good sense if you have long hair and the long hair doesn't do anything. It's just kind of long but choppy looking. You got to cut it so that it'll come in. I know I said a curse word, cut. But you have to cut low, like, look at that. Oh my God. And this is like natural. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray. That's all at this point. What I normally do is I wrap it up. Because I'm going to slap my makeup on really quick. And then I'll let it back down afterwards. Okay. I'm going to put my little cap on here. And I'm going to tie it up as I watched Tia for a long time, well, since April, when I decided to go natural. And as she said, with the flank, anyway, this is nice and natural hair. This is if you take good care of it and get yourself a nice decent cut and, you know, put things up the way you should. This is what you'll be left with. So this is what I look like. I'd like to thank you for watching and keep in touch. Goodbye, everybody. See you soon.